Okay, so got this. It's supposed to be 12 volts, and it's currently putting out more like 24. So. Put a plug in here and I'll show you. Let's see if you can see that. What do we got? Yeah, 26.5. Get that right. Yep. Also have to hold the probes right. Come on. There we go. Yeah, it's a little high. It's supposed to be 12. So that'll cause problems. So I decided instead of cleaning, I was gonna fix it. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe get a smaller screwdriver. Because why use a small one when you can use a really long one? I don't know. I figured I'd take you guys along for this, in case you're curious. At least see if we figure out what went wrong. And before you ask, are you going to get shocked? It's unplugged. Okay, so it's not overly complicated. Basically, you have transformer, your diodes, this is rectifier, filter caps, which all look pretty good, and the transistor is an SK3009, so you can cross-reference that. Figure that out. And initially, I'm just looking for things that would be like burned up, but there's none of that. So I'm not sure why they did the neon bulb. Oh, that's actually the power light. He used the neon lamp for the power. That's retro there. I tried to find the year on this thing, and I think the date code. So, read that here. It says, replace power transistor with. Sorry. Replaced power transistor. ISTOB. I don't know what that is supposed to be. Pretty sure it says 12-1 at 75. Apparently the original was a 2SB407. I don't know. Yeah. So that's kind of fun. That's an oldie. It's only like 3 amp power supply. I mean, do I need it? Well, no, but is it fun? Yeah, it's old. Especially since I think just replacing a couple of small components that have decided not to be components anymore will probably fix it. So first of all, I'm going to here and make sure that capacitors are dead. And we're here. Yeah, we're dead. 0 volts. So, yeah. That means the capacitor, not dead as in broke, dead as in 0 voltage. So let's look at the diode setting. Mind you, I've got components across this, so this is kind of just roughed in. Let's see if you guys can see that. I think you can see that. So we'll go here to here. I'll keep the meter leads on it. 164. Ooh, that's interesting. could just be the potentiometer is just not good. I don't like the systems that don't have any kind of safety protection apparently, because this thing goes high and it's burn up what we got right now. But I'm not sure. Let's cross this thing. Ooh. 0 is wrong. Yeah, I'm going to say this thing may be toast. That transistor anyway. So, might be a project for later. Okay, so, yeah, ADD got me and said, hey, let's work on this instead of cleaning for a while, because that's always a good idea. Yeah, anyway, okay. So my meter, which, so the power transistor here, I'm pretty sure it's shorted. So, because if you measure from here to here, you get 0, which is bad. I will show you that. So, that point to that point, oh, there. It's a little low. Like, yeah, like that's a wire. That shouldn't be that way. So, let's see if it's it or some of the parts. I flipped on the old soldering iron. And I'm just going to disconnect that wire. Okay. So now that wire, that point here, should not be 0 to here. And it's 0. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, the transistor's gone. So, I have to find a transistor for it. But I can find some. But that's, you know, what it takes to fix something like that. You just gotta know what you're looking at, really. It's a pretty simple circuit. This is not a complicated. Anyway, get back to it. I'll let you know when I find something. Okay. So, never do this, but it will work if you need to. I extracted the dead transistor, which was an SK3009, and it's become a wire. And it was going through some old transistors I had that I had pulled out of an old CS800 power amplifier that were some PNP, some NPN, and found one that was the right pin out, which is easy enough and certainly more than capable of running 2 amps or maybe 3. Put it in and yeah, it works. Just put the wires back in the right spot. That's all you really do, because it's pretty simple. And let me show you. Turn it on. Yeah, and that's adjustable. It's working. Is it pretty and beautiful? No. Is it the absolute right way to do it? No. Will it work? No. Yeah. The way that I'm using this transistor is simply as the power dissipation device in a power supply, and it works. So, yeah. Again, if you're trying to make this perfect, you'd use the exact right one. I even looked for my old Radio Shack thing to see if like Radio Shack made one, and they didn't. It's got banana plugs. I just have these wires. It's here. It's just that. but it's simple. I will say I don't really like this power supply, although it actually functions just fine. If I can get the lead to be in there, yeah. It's a little loosey-goosey, as you can kind of watch the voltage fluctuate there. But I think that's more the fact that this potentiometer in here, usually referred to as a pot, but I think this potentiometer, which is just a variable resistor, is a little noisy, corrody. Nothing's getting hot though, so yeah, hey. Yay, cheap power supply fix. Scrap parts. Yay. I got a Audiovox power supply. Not really sure what I'll do with it now. What I need to find is an old Audiovox like car stereo to hook to this thing, and or not. Just saying. Anyway. Okay, so yep, one dead transistor. In my spare good pile, there was something close enough to work.